Yeah.
All right. So, Gayatri, you will speak the cue card. Jia will give you one. Jia, take out any cue card and give to her to speak on. 2 minutes. Yeah, pick any.
Describe a skill that was difficult for you to learn.
Dobara bolo. Dhire dhire and loudly.
I'll do it. Should I say it again?
Loudly, yes.
Describe a skill that was difficult for you to learn.
Okay. Can I have those 4 key points?
Key points.
You should say when you learned it, why you learned it, how you learned it, and how you felt when you learned it.
Camera on. Camera on. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let me begin the recording. Yes, Gayatri, you can start.
Okay.
Hmm.
Actually, we learn many things in our life. I'm an enthusiastic person, so I have learned many things in my life. But today I would like to share a very different and creative thing, which I learned when I was in school. When I was in India, I had many best friends at that time over there. So once I visited my one of the best friends. Her name is Shivani, and I saw her phone case. It was very nice, and it amazed me because it was full of glitters and it looked very nice with her name's initiation as was there in a different glitter color. I asked her, and she told me that she learned it from the online. So I go at home. I go at the home at that time, and then I visited YouTube channel, which is named by Miss Shivani, and she gave the whole procedure how she made it. So first of all, it was very much difficult for me because I didn't know how to do it. It was my first time that I learned how to make a glitter cover for the phone at that time. The first difficult thing was that I couldn't find the ingredient or the content which it actually want. So I altered it with a different thing, but somehow I made it. And after that, I felt very nice because whenever I go after that, everyone asks me that how you did it and how you can you make it for me as well. So after that, I converted it in the business so that I made it 4 or 5 after that, and I got a nice success. After that, I actually create my own YouTube channel, and after that I saved a lot phone case. So yeah, and I felt very nice about that because I can earn money because of that.
Okay, Gayatri. Very nice. You went on for almost 2 minutes. I'll be giving you the feedback. I would suggest you and all the students to be very cautious when you use the reported speech. Reported speech is the passive. Okay. Not the passive, sorry. Reported speech is the indirect speech when somebody says something to you and later on you tell other people that they said this to me. So there you made some mistakes. Otherwise, it was very well spoken. I'll give a complete and thorough feedback telling you mistakes. May I know when your exam is?
It's on 9th July.
9 July. Very good. By that time, you surely, whatever, you'll be able to work on these things and you'll surely get 7.5 or plus. Don't worry about that. Just listen.
Okay. Actually, we learn many things in our life.
See, when you say actually we learn many things in our life, this is a very common mistake which goes on in the writing also. It's not many things.
Things, plural. Yeah, I know. Person, so I have learned many things in my life. But today I would like to share a very different and creative thing which I learned when I was in school. When I was in India, I had many best friends at that time over there.
Many best friend or many best friends. Okay.
Yeah. So once I visited my one of the best friends. Her name is Shivani, and I saw her phone case. It was very nice, and it amazed me because it was full of glitters and it looked very nice with her name's initiation as was there in a different glitter color. I asked her, and she
with her name initial, not initiation, initial. Okay.
Told me that she learned it from the online. So I go at home and I go at home at that time.
I went home. Okay, not go home. You're talking about the past tense.
I visited YouTube channel, which is named by Miss Shivani, and she gave the whole procedure how she made it. So first of all, it was very much difficult for me because I didn't know how to do it. It was my first time that I learned how to make a glitter cover for the phone at that time. The first difficult thing was that I couldn't find the ingredient or the content which it actually want. So I altered it with a different thing, but somehow I made it. And after that, I felt very nice because whenever I go after that, everyone asks me that how you did it. And
so wherever I went after that, everyone asked me how I did it, how you did it, me. That is the reported speech. Okay, how I did it.
You can you make it for me as well? So
if I could make it for them as well. Okay, can you make it for me? Direct, then indirect would be if I could make it for them. Okay.
That I made it, I converted it in the business so that I made it 4 or 5 after that. And
the business will not be with just 4 or 5. So you can say that I made 40 or 50 when whosoever asked me to make, I would make it for them. And slowly it turned into a side profession, you can say, side business for me. Okay.
Got a nice success. After that, I actually create my own YouTube channel. And after that,
I create my own YouTube channel. Correct it yourself. What should it be? After that, I
have no. I created. Created. Oh
Yes.
yeah. After that, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot phone case. Oh yeah. And I felt very nice about that because I can earn money because
I can earn money. That's correct. All right. So, Gayatri, I told you your mistakes. They are mainly in the indirect speech and at places in the past tense. I would say still it would not be less than a 6.5, but to go a 7 or 7 plus, you need to work on these mistakes. All right. Next, who is going to speak? Anybody who is prepared? All right. Nirav. Nirav,
Yes,
should Jia give you one, or would you like to speak the one you have prepared on your own?
ma'am, I would like to speak which I have prepared.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second to switch on the recording. No. Yes, please start.
Yes, ma'am, cue card number 8. Describe something you received for free.
All right.
I have received many free things in my life, but today I would like to talk about a thing which I received free in last January month. That thing is a coffee. That thing was a coffee. Whenever I visit Ahmedabad, that time I visit Starbucks coffee because in my town there is a no Starbucks Starbucks cafe. So whenever I visit Ahmedabad, that time I definitely visit Starbucks cafe, and I drink cappuccino coffee. So last month when last January month when I went there and I ordered a coffee. That time the salesperson told me that, sir, you have a free coffee in this month because you have a membership card of our coffee chain. So I was little bit surprised at that time, and they told me that, sir, on a membership card we give you a free coffee on birthday month when anyone purchased when anyone purchased more than 5,000 coffee in a year. So that time I was very surprised. I feel very surprised, and I asked them, should I choose a coffee or any adding whip cream, or that they told me that you can add whatever you want to add, and you can add a whip cream also. So it cost me around 400 rupees. No, if I have to pay now, I think 4,000 is not a big money, but I feel that I won a lottery that time. And I asked them their membership card for my mother and sister also. But think that they do not visit frequently Ahmedabad, and in my city there.
all right.
Okay, ma'am.
2 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
Neerav, the same feedback goes to you what I gave to Gayatri. You've been
Okay, ma'am.
wherever you've used the indirect speech, the reported speech, you have gone wrong. So just
Okay,
focus on
ma'am.
the mistakes. I'll play back your audio and just focus
Okay,
on
ma'am.
your mistakes. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
First, ma'am, card number 8 describe something you received for free.
All right.
I have received many free things in my life, but today I would like to talk about a thing which I received free in last January month.
In last January. You know, you don't need to say in and you don't need to speak month. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thing is a coffee. That thing was a coffee.
That thing was coffee, not a coffee. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Whenever I visit Ahmedabad, that time I visit Starbucks coffee because in my town there is no Starbucks Starbucks cafe. So whenever I visit Ahmedabad, that time I definitely visit Starbucks cafe, Starbucks cafe, and I drink cappuccino coffee, cappuccino coffee. So last month when in last January month when I went there and I ordered a coffee. That time the salesperson told me that, sir, you have a free coffee in this.
Okay. Anybody can correct it. The cafe salesperson told me, sir, you have a free coffee. Can you convert it into the reported speech? Neerav, this is wrong.
You had a free coffee.
No.
I had
Huh?
salesman
free-
told me that I had.
The
I had.
salesman told me that
Okay,
I
ma'am.
had a free coffee. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Because you are a member, you are a membership.
Because you are a member. Convert it into the reported.
Because
I
I
have
am
Because I was a
I am.
because I was a
Okay, ma'am.
member. So I received a free coffee. All right.
You have a membership card of our coffee chain. So I was little bit surprised at that time, and they told me that, sir, on a membership card we give you
They told me that, sir, on membership card we give you. Convert it into the reported speech.
I have been given.
they gave me.
That on membership card they give free coffee.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
on birthday month when anyone purchased when anyone purchased more than 5,000 copy in a year. So that time I was very surprised. I feel very surprised, and I asked them, should I choose a coffee or any adding whip cream or that.
No. And I asked them if I could choose only coffee or I could add any whipped cream over it. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
They told me that you can add whatever you want to.
They told me you can add whatever you want to. Convert it into the indirect or the reported speech.
I could add
Whatever.
whatever I wanted to add.
Yes. Very good.
Okay, ma'am.
Whatever you
Okay,
want to add, and you can add whipped cream also. So it cost me around 400 rupees. Now, if I have to pay now,
It would have cost me 400 if I had to pay. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
I think 4,000 is not a big money, but I feel that I won a lottery.
4,000 is not a huge amount, but I thought I had
So-
won a lottery.
Sorry, ma'am. 400. 400.
वो चलो,
400.
that is a minor thing, but won नहीं है.
Okay.
इसकी pronunciation WON की pronunciation है one. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
जो ON
Okay, ma'am.
की pronunciation है वही WON की है. Many people speak it as won. Won is wrong.
Okay, ma'am.
As if I had
Okay,
won a
ma'am.
lottery. Okay.
And,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
I asked them other membership card for my mother and sister also. But I think that they do not visit frequently.
All
And I think that
right. It's
Okay.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. So good. That's very nice on the whole, but reported speech, you brought in a lot of it and every place it was wrong. See,
Okay,
so
ma'am.
try to avoid the reported speech if possible. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Try to avoid.
Okay, ma'am. I will have an exam on 23rd June.
All right. You have exam. We'll have you have your exam on 23rd.
Okay, ma'am.
That's
Okay.
fine. You are well prepared. You are speaking with great confidence. Don't bring in the
Okay, ma'am.
reported, you'll go 7. Bring in the reported, it will be 6 or 6.5. All right.
Okay.
So that is
Okay,
it.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Vijeta, which one would you
Thank you,
like
ma'am.
to speak on?
Good evening, ma'am. I would
Good
like to
evening.
speak on describe a time when you needed your imagination.
All right. All right. When you
Yes.
needed to use your imagination. All
Yes.
right. All right.
Um,
So, Jia, you're listening. You'll tell whatever mistakes you point out. Okay.
How should I know the mistake?
You will know if you just
After
listen
the
properly.
recording?
Yes, after the recording. Yeah. All right. Vijeta, are you ready to start?
yes, ma'am. Shall I?
Yes, yes, start.
Well, working abroad is a dream which is not so easy to turn into reality. And for that, one has to prove not only their financial ability along with the academic excellence, but also to prove the English proficiency. Yes, I'm talking about this test, the IELTS test, which is I'm taking today. Uh, It was a time 2 months back. I was not so confident speaking English when one of my friends suggested me to join a club known as Toastmaster Speaking Clubs. I was, just amazed to know about the name. It was a kind of very strange name, but then I gave it a thought to join it because I was free at that moment. And after joining it on the very third day, they held a competition. It was a speaking competition where we were to speak about 3 minutes on a particular topic, which would be randomly given by them. So at first I decided not to join, not to participate in it, and just to sit and watch other participants. And then I realized that this was the only thing for that I joined this club, was to improve my English. And then I put all the courage and participated in it. And when my turn came, I was given the topic of globalization. And at once I recollected all the things which I heard or read about it, and I accumulated the top points and given the presentation for about 2 minutes. I was a little bit disappointed because I couldn't make it for 3 minutes. But when the time for result, I was not eager to know the result because I knew that I didn't make it. But I was shocked to know that I backed the second position. But some of the participants were not happy and they questioned that she didn't speak for 3 minutes. How could she get second position? The judge replied a very unique answer to that, and I was amazed to know that she told that she has just joined this club 3 days back, and she really couraged to appear in this participation where in this contest, whereas the other participants, they have joined it for 6 months and they are not daring to come up. So
All
we
right.
should
So it
appreciate
is
these kind of.
2.5 minutes already. Okay. That's it. So, Vijeta, you spoke very well. It was very well, but I would just like to give you a small, tip. Do not make very lengthy sentences. When your sentence goes a bit too lengthy, there the mistakes start pouring in. All right. So don't try to make very lengthy sentences when you speak. It doesn't matter what you speak. It matters how you speak. And small, short sentences you can carry very well. All right. And definitely it was going a 7 plus. But when the very lengthy sentences came up, then there was a problem. But they came on only after 2 minutes were over. So another thing you have to learn is you have to know how to wind it up within 2 minutes. All right. Because very rarely you will be given to speak more than 2 minutes. Right. Mostly they'll stop you in between. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, working abroad is a dream which is not so easy to turn into reality. And for that, one has to prove not only their financial ability along with the academic excellence, but also to prove the English proficiency. Yes, I'm talking about this test, the IELTS test, which is I'm taking today. It was a time 2 months back. I was not so confident speaking English when one of my friends suggested me to join a club known as Toastmaster Speaking Clubs. I was, just amazed to know about the name. It was a kind of very strange name, but then I gave it a thought to join it because I was free at that moment. And after joining it on the very third day, they held a competition. It was a speaking competition where we were to speak about 3 minutes on a particular topic, which would be randomly given by them. So at first I decided not to join, not to participate in it, and just to sit and watch other participants. And then I realized that this was the only thing for that I joined this club was to improve my English.
So the only reason I had joined the club was to improve my English. Okay.
And then I put all the courage and participated in it. And then finally, when my turn came, I was given the topic of globalization. And at once I recollected all the things which I heard or read about it. And
which I had heard or read about it. Okay. उस टाइम से पहले पास्ट के किसी टाइम से पहले आपने कोई चीज करी है ना और उसका टाइम स्पेसिफाई नहीं कर रहे हो, then it is past perfect tense, which I had heard or read about. Okay.
Accumulated the top points and giving the presentation for about 2 minutes. I was a little bit disappointed because I couldn't make it for 3 minutes. But when the time for result, I was not, eager to know the result because I knew that I didn't make it. But I was shocked to know that I bagged the second position. But some of the participants were not happy and they questioned that she didn't speak for 3 minutes. How could she get second position? The judge.
But some of the participants were not happy because they were saying that I had not spoken for 3 minutes. Then why I had been given the prize. All right. Here also it is little bit of the reported speech only. So wherever I have noted, wherever students, fumble, they fumble in the reported speech. And believe me, one of my students, he used to use the reported speech all wrong. And, I used to tell him that if only you wouldn't use it, you'll get an 8.5 in your speaking. And he got 8.5 in his speaking. And, sometimes, so this is something you should avoid using. And if you can, and if you want to use it, then practice a little bit. All right. Practice a little bit with doing all these mistakes. So Vijeta, it's already 2 minutes feedback I've given. After that, I'll just complete the feedback, but there were mistakes because the sentences were very lengthy.
Applied a very unique answer to that, and I was amazed to know that she told that she has just joined this club
She told that I had just joined the club 3 days ago. Okay.
Days back, and she really courage to appear in the.
And I had the courage to appear in the speaking test. All right.
Participation there in this contest, whereas the other participants, they have joined it for 6 months and they are not daring to come up.
Whereas other participants had not dared to come up on the stage. All right, like that you can say.
So
right.
we should appreciate this kind of
2.5 minutes. All right. So on the whole, very well spoken. But for the reported speech, it was a band 7, no doubt about it. Right? Any other mistake which you found? No, which you can tell if you could. No. Okay, fine. Okay, next, Yashwant, you've raised your hand. Which cue card?
Yes, ma'am.
Which cue card would you like to speak on?
Ma'am, you can assign me a cue card, ma'am. I'll be preparing on it and I'll be thinking.
Yeah, I'll assign you a cue card. All right, Jia.
Describe a place in a village that you have visited.
Loudly here.
Describe a place in a village that you visited.
Got it?
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, sure.
And speak the cues also, Jia.
You should say where it is, when you visited this place, what did you do there, and how you feel about this place.
All right?
Yeah, sure. Can I speak it, ma'am?
Yes.
In the recent times, along with my friends, I had a trip to Kedarkanta. It's located in Uttarakhand. It's known for the trekking, and we all went a group of 10 people. Along, they are my college friends. We had been to a trekking to the Kedarkanta. Is known as one of the peak of Uttarakhand, and we all of them had been enjoyed a lot because it's an isolated village which is located in the peaks of Himalayas at an altitude of 16,000 meters from the earth. It's very detached from the entire world because there is no certain network available over there, and there is no proper communication between the outside the world. We enjoyed it We enjoyed a lot by staying in a tent and by doing a campfire and other activities. I enjoyed a lot because it's totally away from the fast pacing life, and it's totally to the near to the near to the nature. And there are a lot of interesting things happened in the trip. We also communicated with the natives of there, and we also have some local food and enjoyed a lot. We also have some good memories with them, and we also have some pictures, and we had taken some of them, and we also taken some of the local goods to our home for gifting out to our parents. There are a lot of things we enjoyed there. I can also state that it's a wonderful trip in my whole life.
Is that all?
I think it's like
It is
I
1.5
spoke
minutes.
randomly.
Yashwant, it was just 1.5 minutes. So, you know, when you run short of ideas, you can talk about any incident that happened there. Say it is a place in a village that you visited. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am.
you can talk about somebody there or some incident that happened there, and what all you did, like a little bit about any person you met there, and you know, what you ate over there. Anything you can go on to say. You can just say that you got a slight little injury and you had to get first aid, but fortunately your other people were
The
there.
people over there helped us. We
Yeah.
can also.
Yes, you can say. So it's a place in a village that you visited. So village ki dekhte hain. Let me give the feedback after the hearing.
In the
Okay.
recent times, along with my friends, I had a trip to Kedarkantha. It's located in Uttarakhand. It's known for the trekking, and we all were a group of 10 people around there. My
Peoples is wrong. Group of 10
People.
10 people.
friends, we had been trekking to the Kedarkantha. It is known as one of the peak of Uttarakhand, and we all of them had been enjoyed a lot because it's an isolated village which is
All of them had been enjoyed it, Rodney. All of them enjoyed a lot.
All of them enjoyed.
Enjoyed a lot.
located in the peaks of Himalayas at an altitude of 16,000 meters from the earth. It's very detached from the in the entire world because there is no such certain network available over there, and there is no proper communication between the outside the world. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed a lot by staying in a tent and by doing a campfire and other activities. I enjoyed a lot because it's totally away from the fast pacing life, and it's totally to the near to the nature. And there are a lot of interesting things happened in the trip. We also communicated with the natives of there, and we also had some local food and enjoyed a lot. We also had some good memories with them, and we also had some pictures, and we had taken some of them, and we also taken some of the local goods to our home for gifting out to our parents. There are a lot of things we enjoyed there.
We bought some souvenirs from there. Okay.
Yeah,
I
ma'am.
also said that it's a wonderful trip in my whole life.
I realized it was the most wonderful trip of my life. But you know, here, a place in a village, somehow it's not coming up very nicely. You visited this remote place, you did trekking, but is this a place in a village?
No, ma'am.
I
I
think
thought-
it would have been very simple if you had chosen something like there's a village near my hometown and there's a very
Near
famous
my home.
temple over there. You can talk about a Shiv temple, just make up a Shiv temple which is 150 years old. So you visited that, or you can say there's a park in that village which is being maintained by an NRI. There is a village near my hometown where there's a very beautiful park. You will not find any park of such type even in big cities, and NRI is maintaining it very nicely. And it has a fish pond also, and so many other things for the children. It's a huge big park. So you can just talk about such thing, or you can talk about a religious place in a village. So a place in a village, okay, that is how you have to speak. Yes.
Okay. I think it's not somewhat related to it.
Yes,
The cue card and the thought, like the words which I spoke is not related.
yes.
But I modified the story within the minutes, no, ma'am. That's the reason it's been
So
in that
anyways,
way.
so go through Yashwant, go through all the cue cards of this latest file and make up a story in your mind that if this is your cue card, this will be your response. Okay, so that at least
Okay,
you
ma'am.
don't have to think of the story over there immediately. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
for me, like, what should be like What should be my score, ma'am? What will be my score?
See, had your task achievement not gone wrong, this was not less than 6.5. You didn't even speak a full 2 minutes. You went
Yeah,
on
ma'am.
for 1.5 minutes. Okay, that also went negative. So I would say between 6 and 6.5. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Neetu, you want to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one?
Ma'am, talk about an important river of your country.
Right. Would you like to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
India is a diverse country. Here are many rivers which are very famous, and here I would like to talk about a river which is Ganga River, and also known as Holy River. I did not exactly remember when I learned about it, but I think I was in my primary school when I learned about it through my geography book. I think I learned more about it. I thought news as I grew older. But last month I got a chance to visit a place which is known Rishikesh, and Ganga is a well-known river of Rishikesh. My friend and I went there for rafting, and during my journey, I gained a lot of knowledge about this river. Uh, it received water from two sources, the glacier in the Himalaya and the rainfall in the monsoon season. It is impressive for many reasons, and the first being its length. It is the largest river of India, longest river of India. It is almost 25 kilometers long, and it has their own economical, agriculture, and religious value. If we talk about religious value, many people do many ritual in the bank of that river. If we talk about economic value, many people depends on this river. They do fishing in this river, and they some if we talk about agriculture value, people watering their crops through this river. A large proportion of India rely on this river for their livelihood. The river is also famous for their religious value. In fact, last ritual rites of Hindus are conducted on the bank of this river. However,
All
in
right. All right.
recent years,
2 minutes. Neetu, it's 2 minutes already. Very good. You spoke very well. There were, very few grammatical errors, which I'll be pointing out while I'll be giving you the feedback. All right.
thank you. Okay.
India is a diverse country. Here are many rivers which are very famous, and
We use the word famous for people and popular for other things, which are very
Okay.
popular. All right.
Okay. Okay.
here I would like to talk about a river which is Ganga River, and also known as Holy River.
पता है also known as holy river का मतलब क्या निकलता है कि जैसे इसका दूसरा नाम holy river है, ये नहीं है ना, इसका you can say it is a holy river. Okay, it's worshipped by people, right?
I did not exactly remember when I learned about.
I did not exactly remember. नहीं, I do not exactly remember. Okay, did not नहीं.
But I think I was in my primary school when I learned about it through my geography book. I think I learned more about it. I thought news as I grew older. But last month,
As I grow older, नहीं, as I grew older, grew. Okay, GREW, past tense.
I got a chance to visit a place which is known Rishikesh, and Ganga is a well-known river of Rishikesh. My friend and I went there for rafting, and during my journey, I gained a lot of knowledge about this river. It received water from two sources: the glacier in the Himalaya and the rainfall in the monsoon season. It is impressive for many reasons. The first being its length. It is
impressive for many reasons. Correct करो अपने आप को.
It is impressive for many reasons.
Reasons, very good.
largest river of India, longest river of India. It is almost 25 kilometer long, and
25 kilometer ke 25 kilometers.
Kilometers.
it has their own economical, agriculture, and religious value.
It has their only its own. ठीक है? Economic,
Okay.
economic, agricultural, and religious value. आपने बोला economical. What is the difference between economical and economic? Jia, can you tell what is the difference? No? Okay.
Economics is subject.
Economics is
Economic.
not a subject.
Yeah.
Economic is related to money. Okay? Economic
Oh.
value है
Okay,
river.
ma'am.
Economical क्या होता है?
Economical is मैम मतलब इसकी जो वैल्यू है
Ma'am, cheaper.
Cheaper,
हाँ,
which is
सस्ता
just low
मतलब
in price.
हाँ
Budget friendly.
हाँ budget friendly, economical. Economical and economic में बहुत फर्क है. यहाँ पे economic word आना है, economic value, not economical value. All right?
Economical we use for cheaper things, right?
Huh?
Economical should be used for cheaper things.
Cheaper thing, right? Economical है.
Okay.
Many people do many ritual in the bank.
Many ritual के rituals.
Rituals.
In the bank के on the banks.
On the bank.
On the banks.
That river. If we talk about economic value, many people depends on.
यहाँ पे आपने ठीक बोला. If we talk about the economic value, many people depends. यहाँ पे आपने people depends कर दिया, वो गलत हो गया. People depend, not depends.
Depend.
Okay, people plural है ना, S वाला verb नहीं आएगा.
Okay.
This river, they do fishing in this river, and if we talk about agriculture value, people watering.
It is not agricultural value, it is agricultural value. Okay.
Agricultural.
This river. A large proportion of India rely on this river for their livelihood.
A large proportion relies upon this river. Proportion, large proportion uncountable हो जाएगा ना, फिर S वाला verb आएगा. Rely नहीं. Many people rely, but a large proportion relies on this river. All right?
Okay. Okay.
The river is also famous for their religious value. In fact,
the river is also famous for its religious value, not there.
It's
large rites of Hindus are conducted on the bank of this river.
On the banks of this river. All right?
All right. Recent 2 minutes.
So that is it, Neetu. आपने थोड़ी grammatical errors कर दी हैं. Still, I would say your confidence and the way you have spoken should go as 6.5, 7 में ही जाएगा इतनी गलतियों के साथ. S की भी गलतियां आ गई. Okay, उसकी भी. You work hard, you'll do very well. All right, now Ankush.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Which cue card would you like to speak, or do we give you one?
Ma'am, that same one, like had some trip to like riverside or
a trip to
a riverside, like
ये
the same one.
कौन सा cue card है?
Ma'am, जो अभी हुआ है ना, the same one, like trip to a Ganga side or.
नहीं, trip नहीं है. That was a river, famous river of your country.
Okay. I will go with this.
Go with this. All right, you can start.
Okay. I just went to the Rishikesh and with my office colleague, and we just planned to the trip to Rishikesh. It was nearly about a 25-kilometer drive from Haridwar to Rishikesh, and we just departure from Delhi to the Haridwar, and just from our on taxi. Then it was a 25-kilometer drive from Haridwar to Rishikesh, and we are 5 to 10 person, and we just group of. Then we took a two-wheeler vehicle from Haridwar, and it was a very memorable trip of my life, because from office side it was my first trip, and when we went to the Rishikesh, and it was very the resort was on countryside, and it was very peaceful and near side to the Ganga, and when we checked in into our room, the room was very cozy and very neat and clean. And the main thing was the room amenities was very good and up to the mark, and very hygienic and spacious. And the swimming pool was in the hotel. And then we in the evening we just moved to the riverside. The one famous thing was Rishikesh is full of adventures, and we had some adventures over here. And we went to the river rafting, and after onwards we go to the jumping. At the time of river rafting, I was very ebullient because I already had this uh, adventures in my life. But the other person, group member of other member of my group was very little bit nervous and tense because it was a very difficult and lifetime experience for everyone. So, but at the end of our trip, at the end of that
All
experience,
right,
it was
it's 2
very.
minutes. 2 minutes. मेरे को अंकुश ये बताओ, which is the cue card you spoke on?
I heard it's side of Ganga side or a last trip. मुझे ऐसा लगा.
See, I
So,
told you
in the
the
meanwhile,
cue card the earlier student had spoken on was the famous river of your country. आपने तो अपना ट्रिप के बारे में बात करी, आप टैक्सी पे गए, आप इतने कब गए, वो तो इट्स यू नो ट्रिप यू एंजॉयड या वेकेशन यू हैड, वो चलता है. बट टास्क
मैम ये क्यू कार्ड भी है एक के लास्ट ट्रिप पे बोलना है.
हाँ, बट उन्होंने तो ये नहीं ना बोला कि मैं उस पे बोल रहा हूँ. ठीक है, so he said that
मैंने अभी I just joined.
Pardon?
Ma'am, I just joined last 15 minutes, so I have no idea कि पहले क्या हो रहा था. तो apologize.
नहीं, पर नहीं apologize करने की बात नहीं है. There's nothing to apologize. But you know, task आपको जब आपने शुरू करा, you said I'll go with the same cue card. So I thought you know which cue card is that. Anyways, so ये थोड़ा different है, but anyways I'll check it for the grammar and all, and just take your feedback.
Okay. I just went to the Rishikesh and with my office.
So you said I just went to the Rishikesh. The कौन सी country और city के पहले आता है? One of you students will speak out.
The plural countries, like
हाँ.
plural. That's like the USA, the UK, the UAE, Saudi Arabia countries, जिनके साथ ज़्यादा countries जुड़ी होती हैं.
The US, the UAE, the UK, the Middle East, the Czech Republic, the Russian Republic, the Netherlands. Okay? But ये the Rishikesh wrong है. ठीक है? The India, the Punjab, the Fagwada, ये सब wrong है. ठीक है?
And we just planned to the trip to Rishikesh. It was nearly about a 25-kilometer drive from Haridwar to Rishikesh, and we just departure from Delhi to the Haridwar, and just from on taxi. Then it was a 25-kilometer drive from Haridwar to Rishikesh, and we are 5 to 10 person, and we just group of, then we took a two-wheeler vehicle from Haridwar, and it was a very memorable trip of my life, because from office side it was my first trip, and when we went to the Rishikesh, and it was very the resort parts on countryside, and it was very peaceful, and then your side to the Ganga, and when we checked into our room, the room was very cozy and very neat and clean, and the main thing was the room amenities was very good and up to the mark, and very hygienic and spacious, and the swimming pool was in the hotel, and then we in the evening we just moved to the riverside. The one famous thing was Rishikesh is full of adventures, and we had some adventure over here, and we went to the river rafting, and after onwards we go to the jumping. At the time of river rafting, I was very ebullient because I already had this adventures in my life, but the other person, other member of my group was very little bit nervous and tense because it was a very
other members of my group.
experience for everyone. So
other members of my group were very nervous. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
At the end of our trip, at the end of
All
that
right.
experience,
So you haven't spoken on a famous river. You've just spoken on a trip you had. So if that is a cue card, or in that cue card you can speak this. But if it's a famous river, then you can speak on any one river. May it be any river.
Okay.
It can be the Ganges like Ganga, okay, or any other river which you know
Yes,
of.
ma'am.
I recently went to this place, Gangtok, Sikkim, Darjeeling, Melling, so where the Tista River was there, Tista. So you know there are so many rivers in India. You can speak on any one river for that matter. All right. Chalo. Anyway,
Sure, ma'am.
next Sandeep.
मैम वैसे कितने मार्क्स वाली कितने बैंड वाली स्पीकिंग थी
I would say task achievement मेरे हिसाब से पूरा गलत हुआ है, but you went on for 2 minutes and you did not make many mistakes in grammar, very few mistakes. So I would say between 6 and 6.5 if the examiner is fair. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Sandeep,
Yes, ma'am.
you want to speak?
Yes, ma'am. One topic is describe someone you really like to spend time with.
All right. Come on.
We start. Well, there are so many persons whom I really like to spend time. So it's a really very arduous task for me to talk about the one person. Well, here I would like to talk about my younger brother, whose name is Darshan, and he is 16 years old. I have known him since his birth. I'm fully attached with my brother. Well, since his birth, we both spend time together, and there is only 3 year difference, and we do plethora of things together, such as playing games, like cricket, badminton, hide and seek, and so on. And I also did the science subject during the childhood, and sometimes he also teach me mathematics because I'm not truly good in maths. And when our parents are not at home, then he gives me the helping hand in household chores or in cooking, and we eat together and go together whenever we want to go. And I really feel special whenever I'm with him. And our day never ends if we don't share our activities with each other. And moreover, in the evening, we walk together, and our interests are also same, like music, and we watch movies together in the weekend days. We really like to watch the horror movies. And also there are so many reasons to spend time with him. Firstly, like we are like soulmates and siblings. He understands me more than anyone does, and he never judges me. And secondly, our interests are also same, and he always supports me in front of anyone, whether I'm wrong or right. And he also a good advisor for me, who resolve my problem in a minute, because he is also good in computing things, and he is the only
Right.
person who gives.
All right. All right. This is 2 minutes. Okay, Sandeep. 3 years छोटा है आपका भाई?
हाँ.
इसका जिया का भाई भी 3 साल छोटा है. And जिया का आज कमेंट था. You know what she said? That Tane is the biggest tangar in the world. Tangar पता है क्या?
नहीं पता है.
तंग करने वाला. Biggest tangar in the world. कहती है, I don't let him come in my room because he tangs me. Yeah, you said that last time.
Last time I came to that, 4 years ago.
But today you said he's the biggest tangar in the world. Yes, on that table when you were sitting, the biggest tangar.
I did.
Yes.
Well, that's true.
Yes, that's true. All right. So I'll give the feedback. अच्छा बोला है on the whole. There were very few mistakes, which I'll surely let you know what they were. All right.
Well, there are so many persons whom I really like to spend time. So it's a really very arduous.
There are so many persons whom I really like to spend time with. Okay, with Ayan. चाहिए.
It's for me to talk about the one person. Well, here I would like to talk about my younger brother, whose name is Darshan, and he is 16 years old. I have known him since his birth.
I know him since his birth. Okay. Yeah, I have known him since his birth. Okay.
Well,
since his birth, we both spend time together, and there is only 3 year difference. And we do plethora of things together, such as playing games, like cricket, badminton, hide and seek, and so on. And I also did the science subject during the childhood, and sometimes he also taught me or teach me mathematics because
he teach me mathematics आना चाहिए कि he क्या आना चाहिए he के बाद
Each ऐसा आना चाहिए.
he teaches me mathematics. All right.
Really good in maths, and when our parents are and when our me mathematics because I'm not really good in maths.
So it is not good in maths. Good at hota hai. Good at, weak at maths. I'm not really good at maths. All right.
And when our parents are not at home, then he gives me the helping hand in household chores or in cooking, and we eat together and go together whenever we want to go. And I really feel special whenever I'm with him. And our day never ends if we don't share our activities with each other. And moreover, in the evening, we walk together, and our interests are also same, like music, and we watch movies together in the weekend days. We really like to watch the horror movies. And also, there are so many reasons to spend time with him. Firstly, like we are like soulmates and siblings. He understands me more than anyone else.
He understands me आएगा कि he understands me आएगा.
He understands me, ma'am.
ठीक है बात. Okay. On the whole, you spoke very well. But ये छोटी-छोटी गलतियां आ गई हैं इस वाली 3-4 जगह पे. I would say it would be around 6.5. Okay. Examiners are quite strict here. So उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए I'm giving this feedback. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Household chores का plural क्या होता है?
क्या?
मैम household chores मतलब chores का plural क्या होता है?
Plural ही है household chores.
Okay, ma'am.
हाँ, चोर एक होएगा, चोर्स कई होंगे. ठीक है? हाँ.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can see one more hand raised. Simran, would you like to speak?
Yes. So I would like to speak on describe a plan in your life that is not related to work or study.
All right, you can start.
Yeah. So I have made many plans in my life. Most of them are related to either work or study. So I would like to talk about a plan which is not related to these. That is to build my own dream house. So when I was in my teenage age, I've seen my parents that they are struggling with their own house, as from last 30 years, we are living in a rented apartment. So I made this plan because that is necessary for me and for my family also, because in one person's life, at some moment, we need our own house. So first thing I would like to do for this is to have a plenty amount of money so that I can save it and build it. Secondly, I would like to get a good architecture, for which I'm going to plan. I'm planning to hire a good architect from my city, which is also a renowned person and my close uncle as well. And I will be feeling very joyful and happy if it is successful, because that is one of my biggest dreams. And that will be a proud moment for my family as well.
All right. Is that all?
Yes.
Simran, it was well spoken, but it was 1 minute and 24 seconds. Okay. So you got to add points to it. And any plan in your life apart from your work or study, you can speak on having a trip somewhere. Making a house is a very good idea. That is not bad, but you ran short of, ideas to carry it to 2 minutes. All right. So I'll give the feedback and you can see what all can be added.
So I've made many plans in my life. Most of them are related to either work or study. So I would like to talk about a plan which is not related to these. That is to build my own dream house. So when I was in my teenage age, I've seen my parents that they are struggling with their own house as from last.
They were struggling. Okay. They were struggling. एक मिनट दोबारा से कर.
Yeah. So I've made many plans in my life. Most of them are related to either work or study. So I would like to talk about a plan which is not related to these. That is to build my own dream house. So when I was in my teenage age, I've seen my parents that.
When I was in my teenage age is wrong. When I was a teenager. Okay. I
Yeah.
noticed that my parents.
They are struggling.
I noticed that my parents were struggling. Okay. It is a past tense.
Their own house. As from last 30 years, we are living in a rented apartment.
We had been living in a rented apartment. Okay.
So I made this plan because that is necessary for me and for my family also. Because in one person's life, at some moment, we need our own house. So first thing I would like to do for this is to have a plenty amount of money so that I can save.
Plenty amount, a lot of money you can say. I need to save a lot.
Lot of money.
And secondly, I would like to get a good architecture for which I'm going to plan. I'm planning to hire a good architect from my city, which is also a renowned person and my close uncle as well. And I will be.
See, अगर किसी person के लिए बोलते हो ना, फिर which नहीं बोलते, who is also बोलते. Okay.
Feeling very grateful and happy if it is successful, because that is one of my biggest dreams. And that will be a proud moment for my family as well.
All right. So you ran short of ideas. Then you can say that I would like to have this house in the suburbs of my hometown, where the land price would not be very costly. Then I would like to have 4 bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen garden. I would like to grow all these vegetables in my kitchen garden. You can go. देखो आपको ideas है ना? वो आपको ideas generate करने सीखने हैं. You can go on to speak कि कौन-कौन सी सब्जियां उगाओगे. अपने घर की सब्जियां खाओगे. That will be organic farming. All right. So now we'll have a 5-minute break. After the break, we'll do an intro question session. And are you all willing to spend another hour with me? Or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
All right. 5-minute break, and then we'll get back. All right.
Okay, ma'am.